You wake up before the sun each morning, head buzzing with ideas and half-formed dreams. You stumble to your desk or your workshop or your code editor, and you spend hours. Maybe alone, maybe surrounded by people who barely understand your mission, tinkering, refining, failing, then trying all over again. Somewhere in the back of your mind, you imagine a day when all this effort bursts into the light, and the world finally notices. But right now, the world sleeps on you, passing you by as though your labor, your sweat, doesn't exist. And that's the hardest part. No one sees the invisible grind until you've made it. I want to tell you something I wish someone had told me when I felt like I was screaming into a void. You're not alone. Even if it seems like no one is paying attention, there's a silent force behind your every action, urging you to refine your gifts and push your boundaries. It's that hidden struggle that shapes you. Those nights when your eyes ache from staring at the screen, or your back hurts from hours on your feet, or your mind races questioning if you're good enough. The truth is, success stories are romanticized only in retrospect. The public loves the triumphant moment. They rarely see the messy climb it took to get there. We live in a world enamored with outcomes, likes, shares, and the final product that can be packaged and praised. But there's so much more behind every overnight success. The subtle pivot you made in your strategy, the errors you debugged, the books you devoured in hopes of gleaning that single spark of insight. All that invisible work is the soil from which your achievements eventually bloom. It's the part few celebrate, yet it's the foundation of everything. That's why I believe the real measure of progress isn't public approval. It's how you handle yourself in the silence. Do you keep going, fueled by a sense of purpose, even when the spotlight's absent? Or do you lose heart, frustrated that your passion and endless nights go unnoticed? This question separates those who are in love with the craft, the journey, from those who just crave applause. Applause is fleeting, but the invisible grind becomes part of your DNA. It forges your character, teaching you discipline, resourcefulness, and an unwavering sense of why you do what you do. Let's talk about how this ties to next-level AI, or any next-level endeavor you're dreaming up. Let's say you're building an AI tool, or a revolutionary product. In the early stages, no one cares. People are busy, or skeptical. Some might laugh it off. The code might be buggy, the design half-baked. That's the pivotal phase, the lonely phase, where your will is tested. If you only care about immediate validation, you'll likely quit. But if you find a deeper motivation in exploring the boundaries of technology or in changing how we approach daily life, you'll push past that radio silence. Days, weeks, months pass, and your idea crystallizes. By the time it hits the market or the broader community, people label you a genius. They think it happened overnight because they missed the hidden marathon that brought you here. The AI revolution in particular is a perfect example of how unnoticed hustle eventually erupts into the mainstream. For years, machine learning researchers toiled in relative obscurity, overshadowed by flashier fields. Then suddenly, AI boomed, and everyone acted like it was brand new. But behind that hype was a decade or more of quiet breakthroughs, incremental improvements, code rewrites, data set expansions, none of which got major headlines. That's how the invisible grind works. So if your space is coding neural networks or designing radical new AI solutions, don't despair if the world isn't lauding you yet. You might be on the cusp of something that redefines your field. It just hasn't found the world's spotlight. I want you to feel the weight of that truth without letting it crush you. Instead, let it energize you. Yes, it can be frustrating that people only see the finished product. Yes, it can be lonely when you crave a word of encouragement, but get silenced instead. Yet that very silence is what hones your edge. It forces you to rely on intrinsic motivation, to refine your craft until it shines on its own merits. The day recognition arrives, and it will, if you persist, you'll be stronger and sharper for having persevered when no one was watching. At the same time, I don't want to romanticize struggle as though suffering is the only path to greatness. It's essential to take breaks, find moments of joy, and connect with allies who do see your vision. Even if it's just a small circle of trusted friends or an online community that shares your passion. They might not grasp every nuance of your grand idea, but a few supportive words can carry you through another late night session. And yes, the end result can still be bittersweet. When you finally make it, you'll realize some people never understood you at all. They're only drawn to the glitz of success. That can sting. You might think, where were you when I was burning the midnight oil alone? Yet, there's a quiet satisfaction in knowing your achievements didn't rely on external cheerleading. You made them real. The positive side is that your journey might inspire others who are still in the trenches, forging ahead in anonymity. Maybe your story becomes their beacon. We also have to talk about the bigger future. Picture a day when your project, be it a life-changing AI platform or an ambitious startup, finally takes flight. You'll see headlines praising your overnight success, as if that invisible grind never happened. Let it roll off your back. You, and the few who traveled that path with you, will understand the countless stepping stones that no headline could capture. That's the reality we must learn to live with. We can choose bitterness, or we can let humility guide us, remembering that at one point, we too were invisible in the crowd. If you're resonating with this, know that you're not alone. Think of us as kindred spirits, each forging a path in relative obscurity, each building something we believe in with our whole hearts. The glorious day might come when your name is on everyone's lips, or your product is a household name, or your insights revolutionize how people live. But for now, trust in the invisible grind. It's shaping you and your future in ways that a million spotlights never could. Let me know how you're handling your own invisible grind. Drop a comment if you relate to feeling unseen. And if these words gave you even a spark of motivation, hit that like button to help others find this message. Also, consider subscribing for more stories and insights into next-level AI and next-level thinking. Because the quiet battles we fight in the shadows ultimately define us. Whether we're coding advanced algorithms or blazing trails in any other domain, it's that raw commitment, that behind-the-scenes hustle, that truly writes our legacy. Until next time, keep going. You're not alone. And one day, the world may just see what you've been up to all along.